Chapter 7, Privileged Motions. See 611 and following for a list of these motions and a description of their characteristics as a class. 18. Call for the orders of the day. To demand to take up the proper business in order. A call for the orders of the day is a privileged motion by which a member can require the assembly to conform to its agenda, program, or order of business, or to take up a general or special order that is due to come up at the time, chapters 14 and 41, unless two-thirds of those voting wish to do otherwise. Taking up business in the prescribed order is of substantial importance, especially in conventions, which must follow a closely regulated schedule with much of the underlying work taking place off the convention floor in conferences and committees. For business to receive proper consideration, officers, committee members, and the delegates who are principally involved in major questions must be able to know the approximate times at which subjects will come up. If the presiding officer consistently performs his duty of announcing the business to come before the assembly in its proper order, there will be no occasion for calling for the orders of the day, but the chair may fail to notice that the time assigned for a general or special order has arrived, or he may skip an item in the order of business by mistake, or delay announcing a special order set for that time because he thinks the assembly is so interested in the pending question that it does not yet wish to take up a special order. In these cases, any member has the right to call for the orders of the day. Note: when a convention adopts a program that includes an agenda for the business session together with the times for events outside of business meetings, the events outside the business meetings are not subject to a call for the orders of the day. Back to reading. The call must be simply for the orders of the day and not for a specified one, as this motion is only a demand that the proper schedule of business, whatever it is, be followed. In other words, while a member may remind the chair of what is scheduled, he cannot by that call obtain consideration of a member of the day that does not have first priority for consideration at that time. Standard descriptive characteristics. The privileged call for the orders of the day. 1. Takes precedence over all motions except A. Other privileged motions, and B. A motion to suspend the rules, chapter 25, that relates to the priority of business, although it can interrupt a pending question only if the neglect of a special order is involved. See below. It yields to all other privileged motions and any applicable incidental motions that may arise and that must be disposed of before it is disposed of. Except when a special order must be taken up, this call also yields to a motion to reconsider or to the calling out, chapter 37, of a motion to reconsider that has been made previously. 2 is not applied to any motion, but is applicable as follows. A. When the agenda, program, or order of business is being varied from. B. When a general order that is in order at the time is not being taken up. Or C. When the time for considering a special order has arrived or passed and is not being taken up. For a statement of the precise times at which a call for the orders of the day is in order, see below. No subsidiary motion can be applied to this call. 3. If an order at the time, it is an order when another has the floor, even if it interrupts a person speaking. 4 does not require a second. 5 is not debatable, but the member making the call can remind the chair of the matter that is required to be taken up at the time. 6 is not amendable. 7. Upon a call by a single member, the orders of the day must be enforced, except that a two-thirds vote can set them aside. That is, the orders of the day can be set aside either by a vote of two-thirds in the negative on a question put by the chair so the assembly desired to proceed in the orders of the day, or by a vote of two-thirds in the affirmative on a motion by a member to extend the time for considering the pending question, or to suspend the rules and take up the desired question. See below. 8. Cannot be reconsidered. Further rules and explanation. Times when a call for the orders of the day is in order. The particular conditions under which a call for the orders of the day are in order are as follows. Referring to cases A and B under standard characteristic 2, which do not involve the neglect of special order, as soon as it is evident that the agenda, program, or order of business is being varied from, or that the time for the consideration of postponed motion has arrived or passed, a call for the orders of the day is in order whenever no question is pending. In such a case where no special order is involved, if a member starts to make a motion departing from the correct order of business, or if the chair announces a wrong item, the call must be made before any motion is stated by the chair. Otherwise, it cannot be made until after the motion has been disposed of. Referring, on the other hand, to case C under standard characteristic 2, if the chair does not immediately announce a special order when the time set for its consideration has arrived, a call for the orders of the day can be made at once, even when another question is pending, unless the pending question is itself a special order that was made before the one set for the present time was made. See chapters 14 and 41. From the time when a particular special order becomes the proper order of business until it is announced, a call for the orders of the day is an order. A call for the orders of the day cannot be made in a committee of the whole. See chapter 52. Status of an order of the day is a main motion. In contrast to the privileged motion call for the orders of the day, an order of the day which such a call may bring before the assembly is itself invariably a main motion, and when it is announced and pending, it is debatable and amendable, and all of the other rules governing main motions apply to it. The orders of the day as a whole cannot be laid on the table or postponed, but an individual order of the day, when actually pending, can be so disposed of. As soon as the orders of the day that have interrupted business that was pending are completed, the interrupted business is taken up again at the point at which it was discontinued. Setting aside the orders of the day. When the orders of the day are called for, the chair can and ordinarily should immediately either interrupt or conclude consideration of the pending question in accordance with the rules in chapter 41 and proceed to take up the business prescribed for the present time, but sometimes the chair or member may sense that the assembly would prefer to continue consideration of the presently pending question or take up another matter first. In such cases, the assembly by a two-thirds vote can set aside the orders of the day as follows. A, at the initiative of the chair. Instead of announcing the orders of the day when they are called for, the chair can put the question of proceeding to them. The orders of the day are called for. The orders of the day are, and then identifying the business that is in order. The question is, will the assembly proceed to the orders of the day? As many as are in favor of proceeding to the orders of the day, and so on, taking rise and vote. Since to refuse to proceed to the orders of the day is an interference with the order of business similar to suspending the rules, 2/3 in the negative are required to vote down this question and refuse to take up the orders of the day. Once the assembly has refused to proceed to the orders of the day, they cannot be called for again until the pending business is disposed of. B, at the initiative of a member. When the orders of the day are called for or unannounced, a member can move, depending on the case, that the time for considering the pending question be exhausted a certain number of minutes, or that the rules be suspended and the desired question be taken up. See Chapter 25. These motions require a 2/3 vote in the affirmative for their adoption, since they change the order of business, agenda, or program. Form an example. The form of the motion is as follows. To call for the orders of the day, a member rises and, addressing the chair without waiting for recognition, says, Mr. President, I call for the orders of the day, or Madam President, I demand the regular order. The member can, if necessary, remind the chair of that matter set for that time. Assume that at yesterday's meeting of a convention, a resolution was postponed and made a special order for 11:30 a.m. today. That time has now arrived, but a member is speaking on a pending question. Member A, rising and addressing the chair. Madam President, I call for the orders of the day. Chair. The orders of the day are called for. Yesterday, the convention postponed the resolution relating to tax reform to 11:30 a.m. and made it a special order. It is now 11:30. The question is on the resolution. Resolved that after consideration of the resolution is completed, the former business is resumed where it was left off. Chair. When the orders of the day were called for, the convention was considering the resolution. Resolved that Mr. Henley had the floor at that time. The chair recognizes Mr. Henley.